Hi, my name is Hoetzlein. I build knowledge systems and simulations that explore the boundaries of reality and imagination. Knowledge helps us make sense of the world, and being able to discover that knowledge lets us experience everything that we do differently. Quanta was a project to re-envision the internet as a visually connected interface. Created prior to Google's knowledge graphs, this was one of the first prototypes for a fully dynamic visual internet. I imagined a system in which we browse the internet simply by touching and swiping visually connected ideas. I have always been interested in both visual arts and computer science. While studying media arts and technology at the University of California, Santa Barbara, I worked with George LaGrady to develop the longest-running interactive media artwork for the Seattle Public Library. This data visualization makes use of the principles of robust software design, especially redundancy and fallbacks, to be able to operate continuously for over 15 years. This work collects what people are checking out of the library and visualizes it as a kind of abstract information space. Whether we're talking about physical processes or human activity, the world is dynamic and fluid, and these dynamic aspects led me to simulations, which I consider to be a form of moving ideas. When we think of simulations, we tend to think of visual effects in motion pictures. Simulations of physics are becoming increasingly realistic. At NVIDIA, I led a collaboration for large-scale fluid simulations called GVDB Flip, where we invented a novel voxel database structure for fluids on GPUs. I believe simulations are a kind of litmus test for physical knowledge. If you can simulate it, then you've shown you really understand something about natural reality. I like to build my own tools for software and simulation from scratch. One of the main reasons that I do this is to help democratize the tools for creativity. Many of my works were developed open source so that the power to innovate and create is not tied to a few large technology companies. I believe that innovation is necessary for digital artists and software cultures to remain creative. Lately, I found that simulations get really interesting when they're at the boundary of reality and imagination. My latest artwork and research is focused on generative art and simulations for imagined realities. The space for creative simulations is truly vast. Previously, my work in generative art focused on algorithms, whereas I feel simulations can move towards complete ecosystems. A recent work in this space is Ponderosa Pines 145. In 1953, the US government transplanted 145 pine trees from the forest into a flat, open space in the desert. Then, they blew them up. The sole purpose was to test the effects of nuclear weapons on trees. This artwork pays homage to those 145 trees by uniquely and regeneratively growing each one. Testing bombs on trees is a very bizarre activity, and my recreations of them are equally strange. Both are oddly unnatural simulations. I believe that our relationship to nature is key. Unfortunately, short phrases like climate change compartmentalize that relationship and actually allow us to keep it at a distance. I want our efforts to solve real-world problems, yet much of what we do is distance ourselves from reality. My work is not technical futurism. I don't believe that technology can solve all of our problems. It's more about discovering how our global system of human activity interacts with nature. For me, simulations work best not only when they mimic reality, but when they show us something new that we didn't expect. There is still so much to explore, and generative art is just the beginning. Procedural models, simulations, and AI give humanity access to a new form of knowledge. As a digital artist, I enjoy building simulations to better understand our unique and increasingly global real world.